Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to FearFlix. Anybody that knows me knows that the horror movies that I gravitate towards the most are the ones that really know how to get under your skin, the ones that really stay with you after you watch them. And you're probably thinking, well, this has got to be a classic horror film, or it's got to be something from, the 40s, 50s, or 60s, or some shit like that. You could think that, but you'd be wrong. As a matter of fact, the film that I'm talking about is actually a very recent film, as recent as 2014 to be specific. The movie I'm talking about is The Babadook. Now, this is one film that is, in my opinion, a true bone chiller. And the plot could not be simpler. It is about a mother and her son. She's a single parent. Her husband had died in a car accident many years ago, and I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, I believe that in the story, her son's birthday is the anniversary of the accident, the day that the accident took place that killed her husband and the boy's father. Basically, from scene one, this child is portrayed as an absolute brat. Like, you really just want to knock this kid's fucking teeth down his throat. Basically, what happens is one night, to calm the child down, the mother decides to read her son a bedtime story. Now, the first thing that throws you off about this is that this happens to be a bedtime story that she has not really seen before. It just happens to be sitting on the child's bookshelf. But, she figures, who the fuck knows why it's here? Let me just read it anyway. That book is called The Babadook. And this is basically a children's nursery rhyme type book, except, if it was written by the Grim fucking Reaper. Now, I won't tell you or spoil what is inside the book, but needless to say, you should definitely watch the movie for yourself because the book is very, very creepy. The entire film, to be honest, is very, very creepy. Everything about this film, from the little things like, the cinematography, the set design is remarkable because the set design is almost something that reminds you of like a dream. It's just very dark. The colors are it's blacks and grays and just really depressing. This movie reeks of depression and paranoia, and that really sums up what these characters go through during this film. So the mother reads this nursery rhyme, this book, to her son, and obviously by the end of it, the child is absolutely terrified beyond belief. He's frightened beyond belief. He asks his mother if the Babadook is real, and she obviously assures him that the Babadook is not real. And because this book is so disturbing, she decides to, as anyone else would do, she throws the book out. And basically that's where things start to get a little bit weird. The book comes back. She tries to destroy it again. The book comes back yet again. And I won't spoil any more of it, but it's basically a downward spiral from there, a downward spiral all the way to hell. I feel like there's elements of Carrie in here. There's elements of The Exorcist. There's elements of a lot of different great horror films. And the acting is absolutely incredible, especially from the mother. She's just absolutely wonderful. Her performance is just unforgettable. It reminds me of something along the lines of like the mother from Carrie. Her performance just very raw, very real, very terrifying. There are points in this movie where you were really reminded, if you've seen the movie Carrie, you were really reminded of the most shocking moments of that movie. There's some really freaky imagery in this film, and it's the type of imagery that kind of is brief, so brief that it sticks in your brain, and you can't help but finding it popping up in your head after you've seen the movie, after the movie's long over, which is, in my opinion, the sign of a really effective horror film. And in my opinion, The Babadook is a very effective horror film. And I've seen people criticize the ending of this film, which I can understand people criticizing it because it's definitely a strange ending. I think it can be interpreted in a few different ways, but I think overall it's not a bad ending, and it's not such a polarizing ending where you either love it or you hate it. I think it's possible to be just indifferent on the ending. It's not something that will piss you off so much that you hate the movie, but it's not really something that you'll be jumping out of your seat. Overall, The Babadook, in my opinion, is effective in what it sets out to do, and it sets out to get under your skin. It's an atmospheric horror film, which is what I love more than anything else. It's a psychological horror film through and through. If you prefer horror movies where you gotta, just turn your brain off and just, let the movie spoon feed you everything, this is not the movie for you, okay? Just gonna get that out of the way right now. But if you're looking for something that's a little more intelligent than the average horror flick, The Babadook is definitely worth checking out. It's definitely, even though it's an independent horror film, it's a lot better than 99% of Hollywood, major budget horror films that come out in theaters. The story is very interesting in my opinion. Some people would say that it's been done before, but in my opinion, it hasn't been done as effectively as it's been done here, as far as, incorporating child fears into an adult story. This movie definitely has some seriously chilling moments. Even if you aren't a fan of the ending, I think there's definitely enough in this movie to satisfy you. Great flick for the Halloween season, so you should definitely check out The Babadook because it's fucking scary. So if you've seen The Babadook, leave a comment, let me know what you think about the movie. Let me know your thoughts, but try not to give too many spoilers for people who haven't seen it. If you like this video, please like it. Like I said, leave a comment, subscribe for more episodes of FearFlix. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.